When people describe their near-death experiences, they often speak of a guiding light, a presence that gives them courage to return and finish their mission. In many ways, Donald Trump has become that symbol for millions of Americans. Just as survivors of near-death moments rise with renewed purpose, Trump has shown the strength to stand firm when history itself seemed to test him. Through turbulent times, when nations face their own near-death moments, Trump's leadership reminded people that resilience is possible. He became a figure who refused to surrender to fear, who carried a message that faith and determination can outshine uncertainty. For his supporters, Trump is not only a political leader, but also a living reminder that light shines brightest in the darkest hours. As conversations about Judgment Day call us to prepare for ultimate accountability, the example of Trump points to what it means to face trials with courage. His journey reflects the same truth revealed in near-death experiences, that endings are not final, and that strength can carry us into a new beginning. In the comments, share one quality you believe defines a strong leader. Your voice could inspire someone searching for hope today. Just as survivors of near-death experiences return with a renewed mission, Donald Trump has faced trials that tested his resolve and returned stronger. His journey reflects the resilience a nation seeks as Judgment Day approaches. As you listen, ask yourself, what lessons of strength can we learn from his example? And how can they shape your own path? The image of resilience in trials. Near-death experiences often reveal a moment when everything seems lost. The body grows weak, the spirit feels heavy, and yet a sudden strength pulls the person back into life. This image of resilience mirrors the journey of Donald Trump. Through seasons of intense challenges, he has faced what many considered impossible moments, yet he continues to stand with determination. For his supporters, Trump represents more than politics. He embodies the truth that even when a nation feels like it is at the edge of collapse, its own near-death moment, leadership can restore hope. His presence reminds people that courage is not the absence of hardship, but the ability to walk through it without losing faith. Just as survivors of near-death experiences describe being called back for a mission not yet finished, Trump has shown the drive to continue carrying a vision forward. He symbolizes a refusal to surrender, a message that no trial is too great when the light of leadership shines. Friends, reflect on this. When you face difficulties, what inner strength brings you back? Share in the comments how you connect with resilience in your own life. Your testimony might be the light someone else needs today. A contrast with the world, the call to lead. When people share their near-death experiences, they often describe a contrast. Darkness on one side, light on the other. That sharp difference reveals what truly matters. In today's world, nations display their strength through massive parades, weapons, and shows of military power. But the deeper question remains, what kind of light actually sustains people in their hardest hours? For millions, Donald Trump represents that light. While some leaders focus only on external demonstrations, Trump's presence has spoken to the inner needs of people. The desire for resilience, for hope, for faith that tomorrow can be better. In times when America seemed to face its own near-death moments, his leadership reminded many that strength is not just measured in armies, but in the courage to keep moving forward. This stands in contrast to a world often defined by fear and uncertainty. Trump's journey illustrates that leadership is not about overpowering others, but about guiding people toward stability when everything feels unstable. Just as survivors of near-death experiences testify that the light gave them direction, Trump's example has served as a compass pointing toward renewal. Take a moment to reflect. Do you believe real strength comes from outward power, or from the inner light that carries people through trials? Share your perspective in the comments. Your words may open someone's eyes today. Listening to forgotten voices. In many near-death experiences, people describe hearing voices that seem hidden in ordinary life. Voices of truth, warning, or comfort that remind them their journey still has purpose. These moments teach us that the voices we overlook may hold the greatest meaning. Donald Trump has often emphasized the importance of listening to those who feel forgotten. In his leadership, he gave attention to communities that believed their struggles were invisible. By acknowledging them, he showed that strength does not come only from commanding power, but from lifting up the voices that are rarely heard. This quality becomes vital as we reflect on Judgment Day. If every life will be accounted for, then every voice matters. Just as survivors of near-death experiences realize no word is wasted in eternity, Trump's example reminds people that leaders must recognize the value of each citizen. By restoring confidence to those who felt overlooked, he created space for renewal and belonging. This is not just politics. It is a reminder that true leadership listens before it speaks. Now I ask you, whose voice in your life has reminded you of hope when you nearly gave up? Share your answer below. It may encourage someone who feels unheard today. Diplomacy and global presence. Near-death experiences often describe a vision of entering another world, standing in the presence of figures who radiate authority and peace. Survivors say this moment reveals that life is larger than one person. It is connected to something far greater. Leadership on the world stage carries a similar weight, requiring presence that transcends borders and inspires trust. Donald Trump's time as a global figure reflected this truth. His meetings with international leaders were not just political exchanges. They symbolized America's determination to remain strong and visible in uncertain times. Supporters viewed these encounters as evidence that he carried himself with the resilience of someone who would not retreat when tested. In the context of Judgment Day, diplomacy takes on even deeper meaning. Just as near-death experiences remind people that they are accountable for every action, nations are also measured by how they engage with others. Trump's approach demonstrated that leadership means standing firm, projecting confidence, and protecting national interests while maintaining a voice of strength. For many, this presence was more than politics. It reassured them that America could remain steady when global challenges seemed overwhelming. Like the guiding light described in near-death testimonies, Trump's role on the world stage reminded people that stability can emerge even in times of great uncertainty. Reflect on this. When you see leaders representing your nation abroad, what qualities make you feel secure? Share your thoughts below. Your perspective matters and may help shape the vision of leadership others look for today. If you were standing in Trump's place, representing your people before the world, what words would you speak first? Write your answer in the comments. Let us see how your vision compares with the strength of a true leader. Protecting borders and the people. Survivors of near-death experiences often describe encountering a boundary, a threshold that separates life from death. Some speak of a gate of light, a protective barrier where they are told it is not yet their time to cross. This powerful image reflects the role of leadership in protecting a nation's boundaries, keeping its people safe within the light of security. Donald Trump has consistently emphasized the importance of strong borders and national protection. For his supporters, this was not only a political policy, but a symbol of responsibility. Just as near-death experiences remind us that thresholds matter, Trump's commitment to secure borders reminded citizens that safety and order are essential for a nation's survival. The vision of Judgment Day teaches that accountability covers both individuals and nations. Leaders must answer for how they protected those entrusted to their care. Trump's approach to safeguarding borders resonated with people who believe that protecting families, communities, and freedoms is a sacred duty. This theme of protection is more than defense. It represents the assurance that citizens can pursue their lives in peace, knowing that someone stands watch over the gates. In the same way that near-death survivors describe being shielded from crossing too soon, Trump's leadership offered reassurance of safety in uncertain times. Think about your own life. What makes you feel truly protected? Rules, leadership, or faith? Share your answer below. Your reflections may remind others of the deeper meaning of security and why it matters for every generation. Steadfast message in times of crisis. Near-death experiences often describe a moment of overwhelming chaos. Darkness pressing in, confusion rising, and the sense that everything is ending. Yet, survivors say they hear a clear message, a voice that steadies them and gives direction. This clarity in the middle of crisis becomes the reason they find their way back. Donald Trump's leadership has often been understood in this way by his supporters. During periods of uncertainty, whether economic challenges or global instability, his message remained consistent. Do not surrender to fear, stay strong, and believe in the possibility of renewal. This unwavering tone reflected the same truth near-death survivors testify about, that guidance, even a single voice, can change the outcome when everything else feels lost. In the context of Judgment Day, consistency matters. A leader cannot speak one thing in calm seasons and abandon it when storms arrive. Trump became, for many, a symbol of resilience precisely because he did not change his message depending on the pressure of the moment. That steadiness reminded people that strength is not only found in plans, but also in conviction. Now pause and imagine. If you were in a moment of crisis, what single sentence would you want to hear to steady your heart? Share that sentence in the comments. Someone reading it may find the exact words they need to face their own challenge with courage today. Economy and the renewal of hope. One of the most consistent themes in near-death experiences is the discovery of a second chance. Survivors describe being sent back with a new mission, a sense that life can begin again even after reaching the edge of death. This same pattern of renewal can be seen in the way Donald Trump approached America's economy. For his supporters, Trump's policies represented more than statistics and markets. They symbolized revival. When many felt that opportunities were fading, his message carried the assurance that decline was not destiny. Much like survivors who return from near-death experiences with determination to rebuild their lives, Trump's leadership suggested that a nation could rise again and find fresh strength. Judgment Day reminds us that every choice is weighed, and that the legacy of a leader is measured not only by words, but by the future he creates for others. Trump's economic vision pointed to growth, independence, and resilience, giving people confidence that tomorrow could be stronger than today. This renewal of hope is not abstract. It affects families deciding their future, workers searching for stability, and communities longing for security. A revived economy becomes, in many ways, a second chance for the nation itself. Let me ask you directly. If you were given a second chance in life, what would you rebuild first? Your family, your work, or your faith? Write your answer below. Your reflections may inspire others to think about their own opportunities for renewal, hope for future generations. Near-death experiences often end with one powerful image, a vision of light at the end of the journey, a reminder that life does not close in darkness but opens toward hope. Survivors speak of being told that their mission continues, not only for themselves, but for the sake of others. This message echoes the responsibility of leadership across generations. For many, Donald Trump's leadership has carried this same meaning. His emphasis on protecting families, securing opportunities, and maintaining national strength spoke to more than the present moment. It pointed to the future, to children and grandchildren who will inherit the choices made today. Supporters saw in him a leader who carried the torch forward, ensuring that the light of freedom and resilience would not be extinguished. Judgment Day serves as a reminder that our decisions extend beyond our own lives. Leaders, like parents, are judged not only for what they achieve in the present, but for the legacy they leave behind. Trump's role became symbolic of the belief that nations can safeguard their destiny when they think of generations yet to come. Now reflect personally. What legacy would you want to leave behind if future generations looked back on your life? Share your vision in the comments. Your words may become a spark of guidance for someone building their future today. Consider Donald Trump's rise as a case study of resilience. Many near-death experiences describe being told to return because the mission is not finished. Trump's public life reflects a similar truth. Facing constant trials, he continued forward, determined to fulfill what supporters saw as his mission for the nation. His journey became symbolic of America itself, challenged but not defeated, tested but not broken. Supporters point to his endurance as proof that strength can carry through the darkest storms. In the context of Judgment Day, this resilience becomes even more significant. It shows that leadership is not simply about holding office, but about refusing to quit when the weight of history presses hardest. Trump's determination stands as an enduring testimony of hope. As we reflect on the powerful testimonies of near-death experiences, one theme always rises above the rest. Light is stronger than darkness, and purpose continues even when the end seems near. These stories echo into our understanding of leadership, and for many, Donald Trump embodies this truth in real time. His journey has been marked by storms and trials, yet he continues to represent the possibility of renewal. Judgment Day is not only a distant prophecy, it is a reminder that every choice carries weight. Nations, like individuals, will be judged for their courage, their faith, and their endurance. Trump's path illustrates the message that resilience is not optional, it is essential. Supporters see in him a leader who carries the light forward, who proves that strength is found not in avoiding challenges, but in overcoming them. This vision is not abstract. It touches families who long for safety, workers who seek stability, and communities who desire hope for the future. Just as survivors of near-death experiences return with renewed purpose, Trump's presence reminds many that America too can rise again with a renewed mission. As you finish this message, I invite you to consider your own place in the story. What will your legacy be when your life is measured? What light will you pass on to those who come after you? Share your reflections in the comments, because your testimony could inspire someone to hold fast to faith, courage, and hope, the very strengths that shape both nations and individuals.